Hey, this is MassX with a brand new Enigma of Sepia video. We're going to talk about a fairly easy debuff team to build to really go against those boss monsters in all aspects of the game. We're going to keep this simple, but you're going to start off with, and it's just an SSR, Levia. Levia, what does Levia do? Well, it attacks front row enemy targets, dealing physical damage. There's a 50% chance to add 1 layer of armor penetration to all targets. And armor penetration, based on where you've got it at, is going to be minus 30% defense for 2 turns, and it can stack 5 times, which is incredible. Alright, then we've got Battle Impulse. After a normal attack, there's a 25% chance to inflict Entangled for 2 turns. What is Entangled? It takes a minus 25% physical damage immunity and minus 50% crit resist, and it can't be removed. And for the hunt and kill mark, the last one, the passive, when other allied heroes attack, if the target does not fall, Levia has a 40% chance to trigger Dash. Dash can trigger up to 1 time per turn, and the Dash deals 100% physical damage plus 25% pierce. Cannot trigger combo or chase, and you also get that attack up that can go up to 50%. But the key is, of course, the blade thrust and the battle impulse. Now when you're looking at the joint attack for this character, you're going to be matching it up with Janara. So let's take a look at Janara. Janara is another debuff character, SSR, and as you can see, I don't have these characters maxed at all. So yeah, shame on me at this point. But what does this character do? Okay, well, we've got the first one, Spectator's Vantage. Reshops HP equal to 130% of the character's attack to the 4 allies with the lowest HP percentage. There's also a 30% chance to inflict critique on a random enemy in the front row for 2 turns. What does critique do? It's a curse. Takes damage equal to 20% of the caster's attack for using normal attacks, and takes damage equal to 7% max HP, capped at 4 times the caster's attack for using rage skills. The effect lasts for 2 turns and does not work on bosses. So that one, you know, it's not really a boss effect there, but let's keep going. Then we've got Deflation, minus 5% damage immunity, 25% chance to suffer, minus 50% damage on the next rage skill, which consumes 1 stack of deflation upon activation. These effects last for 2 turns. Then we've also got the Ladios Slash. After a normal attack, there's a 25% chance to inflict that deflation for 2 turns. And we've already gone through what deflation does. In the passive for this character, if an enemy target triggers deflation, there's a 50% chance that Janara will hit the target with a guaranteed crit normal attack before the end of the turn, and the chance to inflict deflation increases to 35%. All working together, the point of this character is to get the deflation on it. And the last piece of the debuff puzzle is, of course, Denise, who I have been using since day 1, almost there. But let's talk about Denise too, because these 3 are important to use together. So we've got, of course, the Chainsaw Storm, deals 161% attack, physical damage to a random front row enemy, then provides reinforcement for the ally with the highest attack, sharing 30% of the damage they take for 2 turns, also grants chains 2 turns to the character and the reinforcement target. What does chains do? Plus 10% damage immunity and plus 10% crit resist. This effect lasts for 2 turns. And what's Chainsaw? Plus 20% defense, immune to DOT, and reshapes 15% of max HP per turn. The effect lasts for 2 turns and cannot be removed. And this character can be your front liner. That's where I'm going with this. Now, Chainsaw Thrust. After a normal attack, there's a 30% chance to apply Shattered for 2 turns. What's Shattered? Minus 15% physical immunity and minus 15% crit resistance per stack, up to 3 stacks, and it lasts for 2 turns. And the passive for this character, all allies damage immunity increases by 5%. Normal attack damage modifier increases by 10%, which is also awesome to just help out the team and round it out. Now you got to have some damage dealers, some DPS. And with Denise, of course, you have the Thunderbolt Codex under joint attack, which is going to get you with Giselle, which of course does an insane amount of damage. Great character. If you haven't built this character yet, stop sleeping on it because the character is great. And I'm just showing you these screens so you can see I'm not maxed. And on top of Giselle, then you round it out with your other DPS. Of course, if you have Vespera, highly recommend using Vespera. Vespera is just pure damage, unadulterated. And remember, there's 3 URs that are the easiest to pick up. And of course, that's Vespera, Eclipsia, and Renor. I'm working on my Renor now to finish off the trifecta of the 3 of them. But then you want to fill it out with what will work best with your team. Of course, you could use any DPS. Sepia, if you got her, is a great option because you've got that Starshade Annihilation joint attack that you're going to be able to get automatically. So you want as many joint attacks as you've got, of course. So we'll go in there and we will load this up. But yeah, again, I'm not saying this is the be-all end-all debuff team, but my point was just to go ahead and give a team out there that is fairly simple to build comparatively to other characters, and the 3 main debuff portions to the team are definitely much easier, and your DPSs, you just kind of fall in line. And of course, you know, you want to get those joint attacks as much as possible, so keep that in mind when you're building it. But it does a good job, it really does. Now again, none of mine are fully maxed out. When I get these done, I'll probably come around and do another video. I might even ask Justin if he has how high up his team is built at this point, if he could shoot me some video so we can really see where it maximizes at. But it no doubt does the damage. I think the last time I ran it was something like 300 plus 285, a little less than last time. I think it was, last time I ran it was like 305. But again, just a simple team to build. Just putting it out there. So if you were wondering your different options for teams, definitely debuffing seems to be where to go when it comes to these bosses to really maximize damage. So if you got any other team builds, put those in the comments. Love to share them. Just trying to get all the different options out there for everybody. So with that, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Have a great day.